Hi, this is Mark Zamoyda with AnimatedMath.com. In this video, we're going to take a look at how a teacher can use the animated math system. A teacher could use this directly in the classroom, or could use this for homework assignments, and definitely could be used for test preparation. So let's see how it works. I'm at AnimatedMath.com, and I'll click the Sign In with Google button on top. And I'll just select my test teacher account. And we can see that Animated Math works with Google Classroom. These are two test classes that I created, Mr. Z's empty class, and we'll start with that one. But I have a more populated class, Mr. Z's third grade class, which we'll see later on in this video. So to start with, I'll go to the empty class. And here's where we start to see all of the types of activities we can use with our class. Right now we have these three main sections, basic math, more math basics, and long operations. But let's just start by looking at basic math. And this is comprised of skills. We'll start by looking at this addition basics skill. I'll click on it. And that takes us to this skill page. And we can start at the top. And you'll see that the first item is an activity called Add Zero. I'll click on that. And this is a simple math activity where all the student does is add 0 to a number. 1 plus 0. And I'll just answer a few of these correctly. 3 plus 0 is 3, and I'll get one wrong. 0 plus 0 is 9. Now we have a scroll bar on the right side, which only increases when an answer is correct. So any incorrect answers will get recycled, and the student will have to answer everything correctly to get through it. And there's about 10 questions for this. Going back to the skill page again, that was add 0, and as our students complete it, this percentage will increase right here. Again, this is just a test class with no students, so it's set to 0%. And when you're just starting out, it'll also be set to 0%, even if you do have students. And you can see that we gradiently increase the difficulty. The next activity is to add 1 to a number. I'll quickly go into this. And every question just simply adds 1 to a number. So these first 5 activities are add 0, add 1, add 2, add 3, and add 4. But then comes a challenge. And a challenge is a type of assessment. The good thing about it is, as we can see, we can assign this to our class with this button right here. And another great benefit of a challenge is that if a student gets a question wrong, the proper activity will be assigned. For example, if they don't know what a number plus 4 is, this add 4 activity would be assigned after they take the challenge. And just to see what this looks like, it's a lot like a regular activity, but it's more of a test. And you have the progress bar on the right, and you have the ability to confirm each answer. Your answer is 5, next question. So as soon as the student completes this challenge, the score gets posted automatically to your Google Classroom page. And we'll see that later in the clip as well. I'll back up again. And you can see that addition continues with add 5, add 6, all the way up to add 9. And we have a challenge for adding 5 through 9. That covers just these activities right here. But then there's an overall challenge. This will test out all the activities here. And this is a great thing to assign either before a test or at the beginning of a school year if they already should know addition. This will give them the practice they need. Because if they pass the challenge 100%, they won't have any assignments. They show that they know how to add numbers. But if they get anything wrong, activities will be assigned, and the student can work on those so that they'll eventually get 100 on the challenge. I'll back up, and we've been looking at addition basics. Subtraction basics are very similar. If we look at comparing numbers greater than, less than, equal to, there's only one challenge and fewer activities, but it still works the same way. For US coins, there's one challenge, and feel free to look at all these and explore and see what the activities are and see what the challenges are. The way this was meant to be used is you use your current lesson plans, and as you teach a specific skill, you use animated math to give the child practice. The practice can be in the classroom or for homework or even over vacation. I'll close this basic math section and I'll open up more math basics. And here's where we get into things like multiplication and division and fractions. and others. This final section is long operations, and right now we have long addition. The other ones are coming soon. But long addition takes the student step by step in doing long addition. I'll start at part A, the beginning. And if the student is confused here and doesn't know what to do, they have a hint button. It animates 5 plus 1, and we can answer that as 6. And we'll see that it animates back into the question. Now the student can continue. Again, if they need a hint, they can get it. And feel free to take a look at all of these long addition activities. It goes all the way up to complex addition, where we're going to need to regroup, and there's even a regrouping on the very left side. This page was designed so that you can instantly see where your students are at. This 0% here means nothing's been done by your class on basic math. So let me actually change classes, and I'll go to a class that's more populated. I'll go to Mr. Z's 3rd grade class. And here we can see in basic math, the class is 20% complete with it. We can also see that there have been 6 assignments in this area. If we look at addition basics, it's almost done. It's 92% complete. And that's great. That's what you're shooting for, is up to 100% complete. And you can also see there were 3 assignments in addition basics. Let's click into this. We can see that our students have completed 100% of these activities and 100% of this challenge. And it's 100% all the way down to this final challenge. It's been assigned, but no one's done it yet. It was probably just assigned recently. I'll back up. And we can see subtraction basics is a bit behind. It's only 3% complete. And there are 3 assignments in here. If I click on it, you can see that very few students have done work. Only 25% of the class has completed subtract 0. And you can see an assignment right here where 1 student has completed it. If I click into this challenge, we can see the person who completed it and the students who have not completed it yet. There are only 4 people in this test class. If I wanted to reassign it, I could with this button right here. Now if I wanted to make a brand new assignment, let's say in shapes, nothing's been assigned here yet, I can either press this assign to class button up here, which simply goes through and assigns the only challenge in this group. So for the challenge and assigning it, you can change the title if you want to. The class is already populated. You can give it an optional description, and you can set an optional due date and time due. You would only set the time if you set a due date. And once you hit the Create button, this will be created in Google Classroom. You'll be able to monitor it there. We'll see how that works shortly. So this is how you track your class. By coming here, you can see how proficient your class really is. Are they getting through their activities and challenges? And what areas need to be addressed? So let's take a quick look at Google Classroom and we'll see how it integrates with that. So I went to classroom.google.com and I'll go into Mr. Z's 3rd grade class. I'll click on Classwork. Here's the stream of everything that's been assigned to the class. Normally when you make an assignment, you would use the Create button here in Google Classroom, and you would create your assignment, quiz assignment, and so on. But with Animated Math, you actually go to animatedmath.com and you find the challenge you would like to assign, and you click the Assign to Class button. Looking back at our classwork, you can see that we assigned this challenge Shape Basics. I'll click on it, and we can see an image of the web page and the link. When you or a student clicks on the link, you'll be able to carry out that assignment. As a teacher, you can see that there are no completions, and you can see the students who have yet to complete it. But a student would just go ahead and start the challenge, and it would automatically be reported back to Google Classroom. If we click on View Assignment, we can see the roster, and as students complete assignments, the grades will show up right here in this column. It's automatic, you don't have to enter the grade. So I'll hit the back button, and just remember, instead of creating the assignment with the button here, go to animatedmath.com and make your assignments here. So I hope that helps you get started with Animated Math. If you have any questions or concerns or features you would like added, please contact info@animatedmath.com. Thanks for watching.